Our commencement speaker tonight is indeed a very special person. 25 years ago, he crossed this stage to accept his diploma, his ticket to the world. Jim attended the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh, receiving a bachelor's degree of science in social work and a minor in psychology. He continued his graduate studies at Arizona State University, receiving a master's degree in counseling. Jim was hired by the University of Arkansas to develop a program for disabled students and serve as coordinator from 1982 to 1985. Jim moved on to Arizona State University, where he was recently promoted to Senior Program Coordinator of the Physical Disabilities Program. Arizona State is the 5th largest university in the country. Their Disability Resource Program is recognized nationally and has served as a blueprint for other universities. Jim is involved in many community projects, committees, and task force throughout Phoenix, and has acted as a consultant to numerous books and publications regarding disability issues. It is my privilege to welcome back to Plymouth High School a very special person, Jim Haymauer.
Good evening. Can the lights come up just a little bit? Yeah. I'd like to be able to see who I'm talking to. How are you all doing tonight? Good? Great. I'm a little nervous right now. One of the few times I'm kind of glad to be in this chair. I don't think I could stand if I could. As Angie said, 25 years ago, I was sitting right out where you are. As a matter of fact, in the aisle right over here, waiting for the commencement exercises to come to an end so I could go out and have a good time with my friends. I'd like to take this opportunity to kind of go back and reflect over a few things and hopefully pass on a little advice that maybe someday you'll be able to use yourself to get over some challenges that I'm sure you'll face one day or another. Anyway, when I entered high school as a freshman, it wasn't necessarily because I wanted to be here. It's because I had to be here. And I was concerned, maybe I better not pass that up anymore, concerned more about how I looked, how popular I was, things like that, than I was in my academic performance. Academics wasn't really high on my priority list. I was very interested in athletics. Played a lot of football, ran track and field, did a lot of weightlifting. I was a very good athlete, earned a varsity letter as a freshman in track and field, and one in football when I was a sophomore. I was very proud of those accomplishments. Then during the summer between my sophomore and junior years, some friends of mine and I went swimming one summer evening, and as Angie read to you, dove into some water, broke my neck, and was instantly paralyzed because I severed my spinal cord. Now, lying underwater, unable to breathe or unable to move to save myself, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that if you don't breathe, sooner or later something's going to happen to you, something serious. And honestly, I reached a point where I thought that was it, you know. I was on my way. I honestly thought I was going to die. Next thing I knew, one of my buddies was giving me mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. I was coughing up a lot of water, trying to breathe. And finally, they dragged me up on shore. Now, I don't necessarily want to go into the details of my hospitalization and my rehabilitation that followed for the next 7 months. But I want to tell you a little bit about my life and what it's been like since then. And hopefully you'll learn from that. That night, my life changed dramatically in a way that I can't even begin to describe. I mean, there's not a part of my life that injury did not affect. To give you an example, maybe something you can relate to, every morning somebody comes into my bedroom, gets me out of my chair, gives me a shower, helps me get dressed, shaved, etc., until I'm ready for the day. In the evening, somebody comes back, again helps me get into bed, undresses me, gets me ready for bed until I say goodnight and wait until the next morning. That's the way it was this morning, and that's the way it'll be tonight when I go to bed. Now, all of you out there, someday in your life, sooner or later, are going to face some sort of tragedy. And I don't mean to bring you down by saying that, but it's a fact of life. Life is not fair. We don't live in a perfect world by any means. When that happens to you, it's going to put you into an emotional tailspin, and you're not going to know what to do or how to do it, or even if you can do it, or where you're going to go, or whatever. You're going to get angry, you're going to get mad, you're going to grieve, and that's great, that's good, that's healthy. It's part of that process of getting over a major challenge. I remember when I was laying in the hospital bed, my father coming into the bedroom or coming into the hospital room and saying to me, "You know, Jim, you're angry right now, you're depressed." I guess I was being mean to some of the visitors that have been so kind to come and visit me, but he said, "You know, you made the choice to go swimming that night. You made the choice to trespass on the property that the pond was located on. There's nobody in the world that you can blame for what happened to you but yourself. And the world and what you make of it is what you make of it." At the time, I kind of thought he was chewing me out. I wasn't sure what he meant. It wasn't until years later until I realized what, in fact, he was telling me. Now, my life as it is right now is great. I have a great job that I love. I have a wonderful family that I love. And I own my own home. I have a lot of friends, great social life. There's not a whole lot missing in my life. I really feel that. It's great. And I think that's all a result of a choice that I made shortly after my accident, after that lecture that my dad gave me that. You all choose, you all have a choice when you reach those obstacles on how to deal with them. Now, I could have laid there in bed or been bitter and angry at the world, and I probably wouldn't be here right tonight. I probably would be laying in some nursing home. But I made a conscious decision to try not to dwell on the past and to look to the future, to look at the positive at what happened to me. And some of you may not think there are some much positive about being a quadriplegic and being in a wheelchair, but believe me, I have been able to do so many things and meet so many people as a result of my injury that I really attribute where I am today because of it. I never ask why or what if. I mean, sometimes I do, but it's not something that I dwell on. When you reach those challenges, you have to face them head on. Kind of let the past be the past and keep focused on the future, heading towards that dream or whatever goal it is you have set. But just remember and be prepared that sooner or later something's going to happen and your plans are going to change, but you'll get through them as long as you keep that vision and keep a positive attitude. Now, I know what I've said may not be real motivational or inspiring right now. I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I heard a rumor that I'm talking to some very special graduates tonight. So I'm fairly confident in all of you that you'll understand when I say never ever doubt the spirit of the human being. Never doubt yourself and what you're able to do. I want to say something very personal right now. Every year, the anniversary of my injury, I kind of spend the evening when I'm laying in bed reflecting about what happened to me and where I've come from and what I've achieved. And yes, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of what I have achieved. But there's a part of me after I reminisce that is a little disappointed, almost a little angry, ashamed, to be honest with you. And that is the fact that I've never taken the opportunity to thank this wonderful community of Plymouth, Wisconsin for all the encouragement that they gave me after my injury. Especially my good friends that were by my side and never bailed out on me after my accident, the guys. For my family that gave me the love and support I needed and probably had higher expectations of me after my accident than they did before the accident. But most of all, I want to thank the graduating class of 1998 for allowing me to say what I just said, to kind of bring closure to what happened to me 28 years ago. And for that, I thank you. I want to congratulate you all and end with a little challenge to go out tonight, take control of your life, make your life happen. Don't sit around watching life go by, wondering what the hell happened. To all of you, I wish you nothing but health, happiness, and success. God bless you all. Thank you for having me.